Hey guys, welcome to part 22 of my Irish playthrough Let's Play. So I'll just start with a quick overview of the map. So down in the southeast, still got all the Muslim kingdoms. They seem to be getting a bit more organised. The Shia Caliphate's got a rather large area. If they get organised and start pushing the Byzantine Empire, or Byzantine, however you want to pronounce it, I'm sure someone mentioned that in comments. Um, that might start causing issues for them. Other than that, there's a bit going on down here, but otherwise not particularly interesting. Rostov seems to be coming back into its power. It's pushing down against the Turkmens here. It's central. You can see the Croatia's vanished. Hungary seems to be holding on. Savoy, I'm not quite sure what Savoy's up to. Savoy's generally the little region over here where Sweden is. Not Sweden, sorry, Switzerland. And somehow they've managed to get a nice chunk over here as well, which is quite a significant march through a lot of various countries' territories. So I'm not entirely convinced how they managed that. Poland seems to be having a bit of trouble. It's got a few civil wars going on. Hungary seems to be encroaching from the north, and Denmark's in here as well. And then you've got what look like some pagans, and Savoy's showing up again. They're definitely getting around. They've got territory randomly in the middle here as well. So, as you can see, the Holy Roman Empire's having massive issues with independence being declared from several areas. Swabia, Upper Lorraine, all of these little guys up here. So, I imagine somebody will reunite those again eventually, just because the size of the Holy Roman Empire means they've got a massive amount of resources available to them. Again with Savoy, look up here on next to Denmark. So Sweden, as you can see, has huge amounts of territory, and the Teutonic Order aren't doing bad for themselves. They've got a nice bit up here, some on the borders there, a bit down there. I'm sure somebody else gave them some further south, but they may well have lost that. Norway is getting a battering. Pretty much its only safe province is Iceland, Cornwall, and a bit in the south of England. Back in their home territories, the Orkneys giving them a beating. It seems England have landed over here as well. Denmark seems to be holding its own. Doesn't seem to have changed much at all. Much like Scotland, it's busy just fighting over the same little bits of territories back and forth over and over and over again. Ireland is the main part. It's having a few. We've been having a few peasant revolts, but which is the main reason I don't summon my realm levies and throw them into battle in Spain, because I can call them up as reinforcements back here, whilst my personal armies are off fighting. We still hold both the Welsh and the Scottish sort of footholds. So coming down to Spain, you've Sevilla's split nicely in half. We managed to get these guys, which were Beja, or I'm not sure how you pronounce it, down to a single province. Unfortunately, it wasn't part of the same dukedom as these ones, so we couldn't steal it all off them in one go. But there's not much of them left to have to worry about. Portugal, I think hopefully we've reduced some of the pressure on them, but there do seem to be some rather large Sevilla armies marching around. So they may come and try and take them. England's still holding on to this one province. It's just about managed to keep for the duration down here. France has lost a lot to these guys here, who have basically just sailed across the ocean, taking a big chunk, a beach landing, similar to how we managed to up the top here. One good thing, however, is what used to be the rather large Muslim nation that held all of this territory and a huge chunk in Spain that we were constantly fighting is busy fragmenting itself. In fact, they're losing quite a lot to the Tangiers down here. So soon they'll only have small provinces, so hopefully their army sizes will drop significantly. And I believe these three are all a single dukedom, so we should be able to wipe them out in one go from Spain itself. But the problem I've got at the moment is a lot of truces going on, so if we have a look. Where do I see that? I'm sure it was there. Maybe not. I'll click on this. So you can see he's got a truce with us, I think that is. I'm not sure. No, that's something else. And that's their civil war detentures. So maybe we can declare war on them now. That truce may have expired. Let's have a look and see. So we can't declare war on him because he's not the... So it's down there we'd have to declare war. So what's this? We've got a county claim on... this was the... There's a single castle in here that they had occupied at the time. So we didn't capture that when we took over. So we can do a county claim on that. But that'll end up in a truce that I don't really want to... You know, one castle's not worth having an entire truce period for. So what we will probably be doing is declaring a holy war for this region here. And we'll get that back later somehow. I mean, they may not exist much longer after that. But I'm just going to check what's going on with these guys as well while we're here. So, who's his liege there? So, no, we've got a truce with them. But we're free to attack these guys as much as we like, I think. Check that once more. Yep. Okay, so we're in truce with the Sevilla, and we'll be in a truce with this tiny little province in here, but they seem to be getting sieged by Sevilla themselves. So I think the next step when I unpause this will be to wipe out these guys from Spain completely. Boot them off the province. So let's see which armies are available. I am running a bit low on gold, so I may give it a short while. But we do have a holy order available. But I would like to boost up my gold reserves, just in case I need mercenaries, in case these guys get called in as an ally. So let's accelerate this. And just for reference, our king is 48, and he's got a son who's quite happy to inherit, and then a younger daughter who can take it should he die horribly. We've been handing quite a lot of this territory off to this son, so that when he inherits, it's not a problem. And he's got plenty to hand out to keep people happy. Oh, my king is no longer lazy. He loses a slothful trait. So we've got a title we can usurp, which I think is the dukedom of these ones here. But I can't afford it at the moment. And also, if it's this guy in here, I think as soon as he gets wiped out, we may take it anyway. So, this guy randomly died. I'm not quite sure what the significance of that was. Bishop of Segovia. Where was he? Oh, you can't even look at him because he's dead. No, I've no idea what that was about. So let's see what's our councilman doing. Let's research some economy tech down here. So this guy's still heading the Inquisition here in Toledo because they're still not converted yet. Let's unpause that again. There we go. Okay, what's this? Vassals might revolt. A rather large percentage. What's he unhappy about? He wants the County of Tyrone. He's a title claimant. The others are just the Crown Authority settings. He thinks I hold too many dukedoms. So this is the guy in charge of Ulster, which is my kinsman. So he's got a claim on the dukedom of Meath and the barony of Tottenham. his vassals. So let's just work this out. I think he owns these two. I'm not entirely convinced. But we can expect a revolt up here, I think. There we go. So let's have a look. We have lost... I think that one's still mine. So we've managed to lose the city and the castle in this province. And then everything in these two to them rebelling. So let's raise some troops. How many can raise in there? Not too many. I think that'll be enough to deal with them on its own. We'll group up the rest. Nope. Autosave might allow me to pause just in time. Yep. Okay, we'll dismiss these guys. I don't want them getting wiped out, really. What's going on here? One title can be created. Yep. So if we go back down to Spain, we will see this province got wiped out. So that faction got annihilated, and so we can now just create the title whenever we feel like it. It's not going to require us to usurp it off somebody else. So we won that fight quite easily. So diseases hit my besieging army. Right. I'm going to select that 600 and where's that? Let's select 300 and then these guys, these four can group together and march on him, and the other two can march into Oriel and do some sieging. Try and end this a bit quicker. So the defenders sullied out the castle and gave my troops a beating, apparently. But so it looks like we're defeating this army quite happily. And we've won a siege. Just group these up quickly. Where was that siege? I'm not actually sure. Is it something down here? No, I'm confused. Never mind. We won a siege somewhere apparently. So my chaplains managed to convert someone else to the Catholic faith. So that's that army beaten. Oh. My Chancellor has died of old age. So let's replace him. He'll do nicely. And random mayor's died as well. So diseases hit an army somewhere. Probably these guys. So it was the king's picture. So I'm going to accelerate this now as there's... So the defenders tried to sally out and lost, so that should cause them to lose quicker. Sorry, I was trying to speed that up, not pause it. Mayors are dying left, right and centre. Someone's going around assassinating all the mayors apparently. And again! Wow. Okay, we've got a peace offer. What's he say? So he reckons that I should just let him off and he loses some prestige for him and his wife revolting. They're actually related, it seems. I'm going to go with no. I'm going to kick his face in. So a very odd selection of symbols down there. Okay, so that's saying they claim it to own it, but we've seized it off of them. So, okay, that's fine. So that province is done. It'll all be over shortly. He's at 95% now. Now, what's this? Okay, this is the Mongol Invasion. So, a great Khan has united the tribes. It'll be randomly appearing from the east. So, if you're in this region, I suspect you're going to get thoroughly smashed. So we'll keep a good eye on Rostov and the Turkmens and see quite how they manage. So he's going to lose a lot of prestige, I'm going to gain some, and then we're going to imprison him. So there we go, he's now in jail. We will dismiss these guys. And so let's see, where was he? Where's my jail? Ah, I've still got a load of these guys. Can I ransom these off? No, no one's interested in him. Nobody's interested in him. The French are interested in ransoming him, but he can't afford 10 gold. Wow, that guy is severely short on cash. Okay, and then we have the last guy here, which is the one I just arrested. So, let's take a title off him. Goodbye. So he's losing the dukedom. Interesting, I thought this was the guy that was revolting, but it seems it was actually this one that did actually revolt against me. Well, I'm thoroughly confused now. So she doesn't like me because... the same reasons as the other one. They all want the dukedom. So her heirs... ooh, one of my kinsmen. Whereas his heirs also one of my kinsmen. So it's going to end up coming back to the family tree, and they're all... apparently they've been inbreeding, as these are both my family. Intriguing. That's my court chaplain. Yeah, I don't want him having it. Oh, he's busy. I'll just give it to this guy. Ah, the Dukedom of Ulster goes to everybody. Conquest all 4 of these provinces. And I own one of them, so sod it, I'm holding on to that. I thought they were managing themselves, but no. We'll ignore them. So this is Portugal fighting the Sevilla hordes, who seem to be massing to come crush them. But they do seem to have some Crusader armies coming to help them. Which I think is a good plan. I may set up for my invasion now. So let's hire these guys. I won't worry about the mercenaries. So we want some boats. I need a lot of boats to transport this lot. Send all of them around there. Bit too many, but you know, doesn't matter. So then we can... What's this? So my steward has died, and at the same time this guy's complaining that he's rotting in a cell. But I'm going to say, tough, you can go in a deeper hole. That's what you get for rebelling. So we'll move these guys down to the edge. Oh yeah, sort out my steward. I'll have him collect some extra taxes. They'll seem very slow the first time they get off the boat. Nope. We've got a Sevilla versus Crusader army there. As soon as the knights get into close combat, they just slaughter them. So let's see what's happening down here. These guys are really getting conquered. Rebels have taken those ones. Tangiers have taken these. And now we're declaring war up here. Let's go. Now, let's raise all my own troops. Group them together. And dismiss the ones that are up here. Because these guys are still going to be very unhappy with me keeping the dukedom. So, in you go, Crusader army. Go siege the crap out of this single castle they've got in here. So the Teutonic Order has been given some more territory. If we go have a look at that. So they now own this huge chunk of land up here. And Finland seems to have rebelled against Sweden here, taking a massive area right through the middle of their territory. Yeah, I've had some more rebellions. Norway's recovered itself. The Holy Roman Empire looks in a worse state than it was when I left it, in the overview at the start. There's no sign of these Mongols yet, I don't think. But it did say that they were coming, it didn't say they were here yet. But anyway, back to the interesting stuff. So you got two armies, a French and an English one. It's trying to kick these guys back out off of the mainland of Spain. So we've got our siege going on there. Got a siege going on there. You can always monitor it in these percentages on the side if you are interested in what's going on and I'm not clicking in the right places. Okay, the Countess up here has just dropped dead, and this guy dislikes me because I hold too many dukedoms. He wants the dukedom of Ulster, and he's ambitious, which gives him -50. So yeah, there's no way I'm keeping him happy. It's we're going to have a revolt up here, I believe. But such is life. So we could call this is our only ally. This one poor bloke here with his tiny little bit of territory. I don't quite think he's going to come help us down here in Spain against the size of the armies. So that's why I'm not calling allies, in case anyone's wondering. So we've had another person in here convert to the Catholic faith. Good timing. As soon as we go to war, the peasants revolt. Where have I seen that before? There's these provinces that had the large numbers. Oh, they're going to get jumped, aren't they? The church wants to organise a miracle play for the local saint, so we can pay for it and gain some piety with the church, or we can lose lots of opinion with the court chaplain, which is the last person I want to lose it with, as he's busy converting this place. So I'll be paying that. Just dismiss those 90 before they get jumped. How's the siege going? So that one's nearly done. This one's taking a bit longer. Oh. So my mother has died, and she was the dukedom of down here. So somehow we've inherited that off of her. I'm not quite sure how she had it to start with, to be honest. So now we've got some vassals that might revolt. So it was... Where do I own? Let's see. Okay, it was these two. So I need to pass these two on to somebody. So they are, let's see, County of Ormond. Trying to see what dukedom it's under. There we go. So this guy here owns the dukedom. It's probably those four. So let's see who to give this to. Can I see who's got claims on it? Claimants. So this person's got a claim on it. at the same time she doesn't because she's female. She's got a claim on that one again. Same reason, can't give it to her. So let's just see. He's my marshal. I don't want to give it to him. Oh, I'm bored of looking around all this now. He can have it. County of Ormond. Congratulations, you just got promoted. And I'll do the same in Ossory. So this guy's still looking to rebel, but we'll deal with him when he does. Anyway, back to the war. Okay, whoever was being the guardian of the daughters just died horribly. So I'll give it to this guy now. She can end up being really good at diplomacy, I think. Ah, that was good timing. She instantly becomes a charismatic negotiator due to her diplomacy training and has a respectable score of 18. So the question now is, who's a useful person to marry her to, if I can convince anyone? Ugh, why is he not of age yet? How old is he? He's 14. Let's arrange a betrothal. And we might be able to get something out of that later, and if not, then I'll just call off the betrothal. So he wants the Prince of France to marry my daughter. I'm going to decline because that's a standard marriage and she would just disappear. And I would rather use her as a matrilineal marriage in case the prince dies, and she's the only other person I have to inherit. Unless the prince has his own kids, which he does. It's tempting, but I have promised her to Portugal, so I'm going to decline. Now, I need to attack this line here. I'm just not sure on the makeup of their troops compared to mine. I do have the heavy infantry. We should win unless the territory advantage goes significantly in their favour. So we'll make sure we watch this fight. Okay, that's one of our sieges done. Yeah, so they're primarily light infantry. Seem to be losing quite significantly to the heavier infantry we had, and they don't have a territory advantage, which was the main thing I was concerned about. He's usurped the title of county. Where? Okay. Random. Okay, so he's converted another person to Catholicism in here. We should hurry up and do the whole province so we can move on to the next one. Ah, they've managed to sort themselves out. That might be unfortunate. So we've got 2 of their provinces now, or 2 of the sites in this province. This siege is still going. Another mayor's dead. There's definitely a mayor assassin going around. So France did a good job on these guys. Look, he's managed to cut them completely off from the ocean, just have an isolated province there. My cousin's dying. And they've lost a lot of their land over here to independent nations, it looks like. Still no sign of the Mongols. Sweden and Finland still having their issues. And Norway's had another one of its big independence rebellions. But the all-important Cornwall is still there as their holiday getaway. I realise this one's overrunning a bit, guys, but I wanted to continue until this province is resolved, or this county. So there's another siege. So was that here? Yes, so we captured all 3 there. This one's still ongoing, but it's about to end. So we'll march down. Okay, so we own that as well now. What's this? Ah, this is the Mongols arriving. So they've appeared in Balka, and apparently they seem intent on conquering the Muslim world. And our response is they had it coming. So I'm not entirely sure what they've come on. No, we'll keep an eye on it. Oh. That was unfortunate. These guys just declared independence from the nation that just from these guys down here. So that war ended. Which means we're going to have to dismiss these guys because they're vassal troops. Get back in there. No, don't march through the rebel army. So now we need to declare war on these guys. Which we can't because we have a truce with them from the last time they took over and we took a load of their land. And it lasts till July. Okay, so it's not going to take too long to get, but it will be a problem until then. So we'll claim that dukedom. And we can now press a ducal claim here if we wanted. I'm not going to, because we've got a truce with those guys as well. So I'm going to end the video there. It's not quite the ending I was expecting or hoping for, but it's still looking good for the future. Just a quick review of the map. So Norway's back to being flaky again. Sweden seems to be kicking Finland back into shape to get its territory back. The Mongols are down here somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where just yet. But if it's anything like what history books suggest, they should see large areas of this territory just becoming a massive swarm owned by them fairly swiftly. So, other than that, just the Holy Roman Empire in complete tatters. So, I'll see you in the next episode, guys.